All right, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Practice Growth Strategies. I'm your host, Dr. Tabor Smith, and I'm extremely excited about today's episode. I get to interview Dr. Krista Burns of the American Posture Institute, and I'm super excited to find out more about what she's up to. Dr. Krista, how are you?
I'm doing so good. Thanks, Dr. Tabor, for having me on the show today. It's an honor and a pleasure to be speaking with you and to your audience.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to have you on. And where are you coming in from? Where are you located?
I'm located in the fabulous, elegant, beautiful city of Parma, Italy.
Oh, wow. It's awesome that we have the technology that we can do this over Skype interview, and even though we're two different places and time zones and everything else, so it's really cool.
Two different worlds, same chiropractic message, right?
Absolutely. Which leads me into, we'll go ahead and get started, and if you will, just tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. How'd you get involved with chiropractic, and what do you do specifically?
Great. Well, my name's Dr. Krista Burns, and as I mentioned, I practice in Italy. And as many other chiropractors say, they didn't choose chiropractic chose them. I definitely fall in that category. The reason I got into chiropractic, well, first of all, I've always loved all things health. And I knew I wanted to be a health expert, but I wasn't exposed to chiropractic until a little bit later in my life. And that moment when I found chiropractic, of course, was at a moment of crisis for my own health. I was a member of the U.S. ski team, and it was the morning of U.S. ski team selections, and I was preparing, which is the biggest competition of the year, of course. I was preparing for my run, and I actually suffered from a back injury that morning that pulled me out of the competition. And after that, suffering that injury, I, of course, took the allopathic route for healing and for health because I didn't know any better. And what ended up happening is I was going through a series of injections each week into my spine. And a long story short, I ended up debilitating my health instead of getting healthy and well and being able to ski. So my career path of becoming a professional skier was immediately put to a halt, and I had to find something else to do. And once I started researching more after I had debilitating results with the allopathic method of healing, I found chiropractic. And again, as many people who are probably listening today can relate to the fact that chiropractic absolutely changed my life, and it became a calling. I needed to become a chiropractor and share this gift with more people, which of course is what brought me to Italy in the end. After graduating from Palmer in 2011, I wanted to go to a country that had less chiropractors. So I moved over here with my partner, Dr. Mark Wade, and it's really amazing to be in a country. There's only 200 of us.
Wow.
Of us chiropractors in the entire country. So we feel like we're really making a difference over here. So that's what brought us here.
That's awesome.
And, yeah.
And you must be a very, the caliber of person that you are is a high performer. You know, I mean, I've seen, we're friends on Facebook. I've seen is it a bodybuilder or body sculptor? Is that how we refer to it, right? So you're a high performer, and you go all out, whatever you get in. Obviously, you're passionate about, and now for the good of chiropractic, we're glad we have you on our team because you're doing a lot of great things for chiropractic as well now. And in that, tell us a little bit about that. I know you're involved with the American Posture Institute, am I saying that correctly?
Absolutely.
And so tell us a little bit about that. And you guys have a posture certification program. What is that exactly?
Well, if you don't mind, Tabor, I'm just going to tell you first how I got to the point of
Please do.
Specializing into posture, because I think that tells a lot about it.
Sure.
When I started off in practice, so right out of school, I moved to Italy and I opened my own practice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I didn't know the language. I had no business experience whatsoever. And I found myself on what I like to call the treadmill effect. And I think a lot of docs can really relate to this because you feel like you're working so hard. You're running, you're sprinting, you're trying everything marketing-wise and everything with your patients. And it's like you're on a treadmill because you never seem to be moving forward. And I really struggled those first couple years in practice until I read a book called Good to Great. And Good to Great, in this book, have you read it?
Yes, actually, it's great. Yeah.
It talks about where the three circles collide, which is, it talks about specializing your talents and your efforts in a way that you can utilize the knowledge that you have and be the best in the world at something, plus make profit in the process. Now, with that being said, I considered myself a wellness doctor up until that point. I was kind of doing a little bit of everything until I realized that I needed to be more specialized. So Dr. Mark Wade and I, we decided to specialize in postural correction. So from that point, in order to be true experts in posture, we decided to educate ourselves in every single way that we could. So we did multiple posture certifications. We read all the top books on posture, all the studies on posture, everything that we could get our hands on. So that's what got us on the posture path. We originally had no intent of doing a posture certification program ourselves.
Right.
It was through wanting to expand our minds so we could provide the best care possible for our patients as posture experts. And then what we found out along the way was that the certifications that we were doing, they all had great knowledge, but none of them we felt really gave us everything we needed to be a true posture expert, truly specialized. And so by taking all of the information that we've gotten along our way, we decided to make our own posture certification through the American Posture Institute. And this posture certification is just incredible. It has every single tool that you need to specialize in posture and instantly implement these methods and these techniques for postural correction, as well as marketing into your clinic to really thrive and be a specialist and get those immediate results with your patients.
Well, that's awesome, and that grabs my attention. I consider my office corrective care and posture correction, and I think as chiropractors, we take a unique view on posture correction because it's from within, from above down, inside out, and true spinal correction actually corrects posture. Where we're not just although rehab definitely goes with the adjustment, but it's not just muscle correction. We're doing structural and alignment and bone correction in our offices, and so that's why I was extremely excited to interview you. And tell me a little bit about how your certification program or how the American Posture Institute is different and what you guys really focus on.
Okay, absolutely. So we have 4 different modules within the American Posture Institute certification program. First, we're going to explain what posturology is and why you need to be utilizing posturology in your clinic. So think, for example, how posture it's an old concept in the sense that a lot of people don't know that they need to get their nervous system checked unless they grew up as a chiropractic kid. However, every person on this planet understands and recognizes that their posture is important.
Yeah.
So when you talk with your patients about posture, you're not trying to change their paradigm of beliefs. You're reinforcing a belief that they already have, that posture is important to their health. So we're going to explain that, why posturology is a blue ocean strategy for marketing for your clinic. And then we're going to get really heavy into details, the clinical approach. So I'm going to explain everything about structure and function of the posture system and the posture quadrants of the body. And then we're going to get really clinical in the sense that I'm going to show you how we've been doing posture exams incorrectly for years and how to do it right in a reproducible way. Unfortunately, the research out there right now is demonstrating that if 2 different people do, or multiple different practitioners do posture examinations, that they're all getting different results. That doesn't speak very highly of us. So what we can do is understand where we're lacking and then learn how to do it correctly every single time that's reproducible. And then we're going to show you functional alignment. So a lot of posture specialists are just focused on static posture. We're going to implement that into a dynamic movements to have that functional alignment. And then, of course, ending with the CPC, which is the complete posture correction technique. So actually teaching you how to do adjustments with immediate postural correction results. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the postural rehabilitation that goes along with it. I completely agree with what you were saying before about the importance of the structure of the vertebral column.
Right.
So we focus on 3 different components with postural correction. The first being realigning the spine with chiropractic adjustments. The second being postural rehabilitation to support the posture system with a newly realigned spine. And then, of course, posture habits. developing those really good lifestyle habits to maintain proper posture during daily activities. Because, of course, we all know how important it is for our patients to be living healthy outside of our offices as well. So that's our approach with the posture certification.
I think that's awesome, and you must see amazing results. I know there's a lot of chiropractors, and I think every technique is, it works, but it just, when I started really focusing on spinal correction, not only were my patients understanding what I was doing a lot better, but the results were just amazing when you can put the spine back in its proper design, the way it was meant to be, relieve nerve pressure, allow mental impulses to get to every cell of the entire body. It's just, results are amazing, and I'm sure that's what you guys are seeing, and you guys probably put that into some research. Tell us a little bit about the results that you're getting.
Yeah, well, just on a daily basis, to be honest with you, I mean, we're seeing miracles every single day.
Yeah.
And what's so cool is people feel better and function better, but with postural correction, they can also see that they're better as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can actually see the immediate results, so it makes more of a connection for them.
Right.
That all of this is related, the better function of their body and feeling better
right.
is all related to their posture. So that's just key right there.
So you're doing pre and post studies. And x-rays, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. And then in addition to that, we've also done research with children. We've created a program called Better Posture for Brighter Futures. And Better Posture for Brighter Futures is an all-encompassing program for schools that we've implemented in multiple schools throughout Italy.
Wow.
And what we've done is we've done pre-tests and post-tests with the teachers in the schools. So we've gone in and given them a pre-test about postural hygiene, just very basic concepts, to see what their knowledge level was prior to the program. And then we implemented the program and then gave them another test. And we've seen at least a 70% increase of knowledge from those teachers of postural hygiene habits. And why that's so important is because they're with those children about 8 hours a day throughout their entire developmental process.
Yes.
So if they understand posture from a functional perspective, they're going to help educate those kids, have those proper posture habits during school.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, I mean, we've with the Better Posture for Brighter Futures, we haven't just focused on teachers. We've done an all-encompassing program where we go and teach the kids themselves posture exercises that they can do, and teach them very basic anatomy, about the spine and the nervous system.
Sure.
So at least they've heard those concepts and connect with them. And then we do a parents' night where we educate the parents about the importance of postural hygiene and give them tips for postural hygiene habits specifically at home.
Wow.
And then we work with the teachers, like I said, to teach them how to help their kids have better posture during the school day. So the research there is just right on the money. We're really excited about the program.
That is phenomenal. I seriously, I think that in itself is, I think you're going to change the world when you start educating kids. I mean, I literally think that is where chiropractic has missed the boat over the last 118, 120, whatever it is, years. Dentistry has done an amazing job. Early in the 1900s, they got into schools. Every kid knew that they were supposed to be checked, they were supposed to have their teeth checked regularly, and then the entire civilization, the entire culture was brought up taking care of their teeth. And we have dropped the ball. We are not educating our children about the spine and about why it needs to be taken care of. And I mean, that literally in itself, I think, will change not only chiropractic, but could change the world, just educating our children like that. So if you guys are creating a system to help chiropractors do that, oh my goodness, that's absolutely amazing. So you have my attention now, and so I'm excited to learn more about the American Posture Institute. And how can I do that? Where can I go? What kind of information can I get from you?
Well, of course we want to give your audience a free gift, because the people who are listening right now are the people who want to do better and they want to get more information.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give a link for a free gift. If you go to AmericanPostureInstitute.com/free gift, and we're going to give you the 17 research studies that every posture expert must know. We've done the work for you. We've gone through the hundreds of research articles that we have. We've picked the top 17, and I've even analyzed them exactly how you can implement it in your practice. So again, go to AmericanPostureInstitute.com/free gift. And then, of course, for more information beyond that, you can check us out at our normal website, AmericanPostureInstitute.com, or on Facebook. If you're more interested in the certification process itself, I encourage you to follow us at Posture Nation Elite on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Krista. That's amazing. Thank you for the free gift. I'm going there now to get it. I'll also place that link below in the show notes on our website and make sure that everybody can get that free gift from you guys. So again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. And it was a pleasure to speak with you.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure of mine. Anything I can do to help provide other healthcare practitioners with more knowledge, I'm very happy to do so. Always happy to get back to the chiropractic profession. So thank you for providing this podcast with really, really great information for docs out there. I appreciate you as well.
Awesome. Great. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.